So, ladies and gentlemen, I expect this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture. Fantastic. You should be in the wings here. It's quite electrifying. There are all these enormous USC Trojan Marching Bands and women. You see, LA has UCLA has lots of different universities, and of course there's UCLA, which is a fantastic university also, as opposed to USC. Okay, well, we don't want any fighting to break out. This is not an English football game. I was just talking with some of the band's players back here, and they played for a football game this afternoon. USC beat Utah. Anyway, Utah. Sorry if there's anybody here from Utah. I'm sorry about that. But at least you've come to a nice concert tonight. And what I can tell you is that they play a very important role, and I'll get to that in just a minute. The USC Marching Band, the Trojan Marching Band, absolutely fabulous. We're going to play you Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, and it begins with the cellos and the violas playing the great hymn, God Save the Tsar. That sort of went a bit awry about 1918, but this is 100 years before that. And the cellos lead us with this melody, magnificently, if I might say so. And then the violas take over the tune, God Save the Tsar, and they lead us to a great climax, and then the woodwind come in and save the Tsar from the violas. They introduce a climactic moment where we face our destiny as the Tsar's army going off to fight Napoleon's marauding imperial army that has run amok all over Europe. However, hope is at hand, and gradually the soldiers come forward. You'll hear a little drum roll, and you'll hear a little military call to arms, and you can almost feel the soldiers coming out of the barracks and dusting off their imperial uniforms, sharpening their swords, getting their horses ready and writing their postcards to their beloved ones. There's a little bit of sort of whatever they did in 1812, I'm not sure. I know they weren't on Facebook, but they did everything else. The equivalent of back then. And then what happens at that particular point is interesting. There's a skirmish, a little bit of a battle, and then clearly they retreat and regroup. They meet for the inspiration of their loved ones. You hear this tremendously romantic melody in the violins and violas and cellos. And then they go back, they fight another skirmish. Now you'll hear little moments of the French Marseillaise. If there's anyone French here tonight, I do apologize profusely that we're performing this piece at all, but it's really, it's one of those things, isn't it? In Britain, we had to put up with 1776. It was much worse. Now, awfully sorry about that too. It was a bit of a mistake, wasn't it? But anyway, at this particular point, what happens next? I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, we go off into another skirmish. There are various sound effects, cymbal crashes, brass fanfares. The trumpets play the Marseillaise. That's what I was saying. And then they come back for a second farewell from their loved ones. And then they go off to fight the battle proper. And you can feel the swords clashing in the orchestra. You can hear with the rhythmic and virtuosic scales of the strings as they ascend to great heights and great depths, as they dig deeply into the instrument, and you feel that things could not get to a greater climax. There's a moment where the cor anglais with the flute introduces a folk tune. The cor anglais is buried here in the middle of the orchestra. It's like an oboe, except with a crook at the end. The instrument has a crook, not the person playing it. Has a very plaintive sound as they go off to battle, and suddenly there's a drum roll and things get very, very exciting, and you can't think that it's going to get any more exciting, and it seems to be reaching a climax, and then we slip the Trojans on around here. And we realize that actually Napoleon's army has been routed, the Tsar has won, and we play God Save the Tsar and bring the piece to a terrific climax. Now at this moment, At this moment, you'll hear all kinds of gunfire. I should tell you not to worry. These are scheduled gunshots played by a member of the orchestra. We have a button here. I don't suppose we have a spare one, do we? We don't have a spare. Are we able to get a camera on this gentleman? I don't know. Could you just hold up? There he is. And he presses a button. It's not really a job for a grown man, but there you go. 6 years at Juilliard, and this is what it comes to. All those student loans, the whole thing. I mean, it's sad. It really is. Anyway, he plays these cannon shots, 16 of them. And we feel that the Tsar's army has come to a great, great climax. It's a magnificent piece. If you've never heard it before, you're in for a treat. If you have heard it before, you know what you're up against. I should tell you, the mosh pit down here has been more or less posh seats down here that everybody inherits from their you know what. They've all vacated because they're going to see the fireworks. There will be fireworks. Last night it was a little bit sad actually. There was a fire behind the Hollywood Bowl. There were helicopters, all kinds of things. And Jack Nicholson donated one of his houses to be on fire to add with the fireworks, but I believe everything's okay there today, so that's good. Enjoy the 1812 Overture, and I would tell you, if you're meek-hearted, if you're a little bit nervous, if you don't like loud noises, loud spectacles, you've really chosen badly. Enjoy.